Chelsea, who are going to be taking on Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool tomorrow in the showpiece at Wembley. It's actually a repeat of the Carabao Cup, and that's only happened for the second time, where the two teams in the Carabao Cup, the League Cup as it's known, have made it to the FA Cup final. Hello and welcome to another episode of Golf News Kicking Back. I'm joined again by my football experts Sahil and Shamsir. Guys, today we're going to be talking about the FA Cup final. I know, Shamsir, you're very excited about this because it's your team, Chelsea, who are going to be taking on Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool tomorrow in the showpiece at Wembley. It's actually a repeat of the Carabao Cup, and that's only happened for the second time, where the two teams in the Carabao Cup, the League Cup as it's known, have made it to the FA Cup final. And if this game is anything like that game which happened in February, it finished 0-0, let's not forget, but it was probably the most exciting 0-0 draw I think we've all ever seen. Shamsir, what do you think is going to happen tomorrow, mate?
Man, don't remind me of that Carabao Cup final, because we played so well in that game, and I think we had the better chances to kill off that game in the 90 minutes, and we didn't take our chances. And if you do that against a team like Liverpool, then you will have to pay the price in the end, and that's what we did. And even the penalty shootout, man, it went on like anything, and it was like you could see some perfect penalties in that. And in the end, Kepa missed a penalty. I don't want to recall those moments, but the Wembley debacle is happening for us for a while now. We were so good at winning games, the final games at Wembley, but now it doesn't seem like that way, because we have lost two FA Cup finals, one against Leicester last season, and the one before that was against Arsenal. So it's not a happy hunting ground for us anymore, and we lost to the Carabao Cup final as well. So we need to break the hoodoo. So we lost 3 finals in a row already at Wembley. This is the 4th attempt, and Tuchel has won us the Champions League, the UEFA Cup, the Club World Cup. The FA Cup is the one that he might be looking at. But the thing is that since he came to the Chelsea dugout, we have reached 2 consecutive FA Cup finals, which itself is a great achievement, because you look at Klopp, he has been there for a long time, and this is his first FA Cup final. And I could see how good a job, Tuchel is doing. But Liverpool are the favorites. You have to call them the favorites. Chelsea are the underdogs, and I love that way, because we have always produced good football and good results when we were underdogs. So fingers crossed, we'll see.
Sahil, are Liverpool the favourites, or do you think Chelsea have got a good chance tomorrow? We're going to be watching this game as neutral, so either way, we're just hoping for another fantastic game like it was last February. But what do you think is going to happen tomorrow, Sahil?
No, I think definitely Chelsea have a good chance. I mean, Shamshir's made some good points. Obviously, Liverpool are stronger, but what they've done the whole season. But obviously, Chelsea have a good chance. Such fantastic players in that team. It's going to be a good competition between Reece James and Trent Alexander-Arnold. It's going to be a cracker of a game. I mean, that Carabao Cup final, that was one of the most fun 0-0 games that I watched in my entire life. The amount of chances Mason Mount missed, which were disappointing. Lukaku scored, but it was offside. So that was Chelsea's final, but Chelsea dug their own grave. So they have themselves to blame. But it's going to be a cracker of a game, and I'm definitely backing Chelsea to fight for it.
Okay, so look, Klopp's attempts to catch Man City in the league have taken a bit of a blow in the last couple of days. So how important is it for them to make sure that they can win tomorrow and to still stay on track for that quadruple that they're after, Shamsir?
It's an important game for Klopp. You have to take that opportunity and win that trophy, which Klopp hasn't won. That's one thing. And also, like what we have discussed yesterday, they have to add trophies into their basket already, because the quadruple might be out of reach. So they have to just keep adding, and they don't want the season to end with only Carabao Cup. So this trophy is as important as any other trophy for them. And looking at the team news, Fabinho is out. That's a major blow for Liverpool. And Kovacic was injured against Leeds. You could see that tackle from James. That was a horrible tackle. But then the good news that we are hearing is that Kovacic is back in training and all those things. So there is slight chance that he could make to the final. He's very important player for Chelsea in that midfield. You know, Kovacic, having Kovacic in that midfield, the whole system changes for Chelsea. The way play all changes. So he's a very important player because he can carry the ball to the forward and he's so press resistant. So Kovacic is one of the most important players for Chelsea. So if he plays, then the Chelsea fans will be confident about the game. Otherwise, I don't think they have a genuine chance of winning the game.
But Shamsir, I think Kante is facing a late fitness test. He might not be able to play tomorrow. How much of a miss is he going to be if he's not playing?
I don't know whether I'm saying this or not, but Kante is having a very average season for his standards. So even if he's fit, you know, we are not going to miss him that much, which is a strange caught from me. But you never know. You want your best player because Kante can produce in a final, and we have seen that in the last Champions League, back-to-back man of the match performances and all. So he's a big game player for us. But if Kovacic is fit and if Kante isn't, Kovacic and Loftus-Cheek or Kovacic and Jorginho would do for me. But Kovacic is the most important player at the moment in that midfield.
Sahil, do you think Chelsea's lack of midfield options could hurt them tomorrow? Or do you think they're going to have enough, maybe in an attack, to pose Liverpool a genuine threat?
No, of course, it's going to hurt if they don't have their options. You know, I've seen Tuchel changing it up all the time. Sometimes Loftus-Cheek and Kante are playing. Sometimes Jorginho and Kante are playing. Kovacic returns because they go with the back five, right? So he changes it up a lot. So, I mean, they have a good squad depth, no doubt. But I don't agree with Shamsir. I think Kante is their main man in the midfield. There's no doubt about that. He's their main man. He has been Chelsea's hero since the time he's joined. So I hope Kante plays because he's the one who drives Chelsea forward in that midfield.
All right, let's have some prediction for tomorrow's FA Cup final. Liverpool against Chelsea, Wembley Stadium. It's going to be another fascinating game. If it's just like the one that we saw in the Carabao Cup, I hope it's like that as a neutral. I just want to see a really good, entertaining game. I think Chelsea can win this tomorrow. I'm going to go with Chelsea. Shamsir, I'm sure you're going to say Chelsea. What do you think is going to happen tomorrow? Give me a score.
We have lost so many finals in a row now. So I think it's about time for us to win one. And the good news is that Lukaku is scoring goals again, and he looks sharp. He looks confident. Now, if he gets a start tomorrow, I think he can bag one. And I think that will be the decider for the game. And I think Lukaku is going to make a difference in that final tomorrow. I think Chelsea are going to win, but slight margin.
That's 2 for Chelsea. Sahil, what do you think, man?
I'm also going to back Chelsea. I like the Chelsea squad. Even though I'm a neutral fan, I mean, Liverpool, come on, they have the best of best. But I want to back Chelsea. And I want to see a nice front two, Werner and Lukaku, both funny players for Chelsea. Both sometimes are very off, sometimes are very good. So I want to see those two play tomorrow together. It'll be fun to watch those two.
All right, so all 3 of us are going Chelsea. That probably means Liverpool's going to win. Let's focus now on the Premier League. Yesterday, we saw a fascinating North London derby. It was Arsenal against Tottenham. Arsenal went into that match knowing had they won, that would have secured them that top 4 place for the Champions League. But they lost 3-0. And now that leaves it wide open. Tottenham are just 1 point away from Arsenal. They've both got 2 games left. Shamsir, what did you make of that game last night? Amazing, wasn't it?
It was a good game. You know, we already discussed yesterday, you know, this could be the decider for the top 4. And it is going to be that way because I think Spurs have got the momentum in their way now. And they have got 2 easier fixtures compared to Arsenal. So they are playing Burnley at home and Norwich away. Those 2 games are pretty winnable for Spurs. And look at Arsenal's fixture. They have to play Newcastle at St. James Park. Going to be a very tough fixture. Then the last game of the season for them at Emirates is against your team, Everton. They might be safe by that time, but still it's going to be a crazy game. And, you know, it's Frank Lampard's Everton. So it's going to be difficult for Arsenal. So I think it is still the Arsenal's top 4 fate is still in their hands. But I think Spurs are going to finish top 4. Even Son could make that golden boot thing because he's already only 1 goal behind Salah, and he has got two amazing fixtures, sumptuous fixtures in front of him, and he could bag more goals for them. And yesterday's game, Arsenal fans are criticizing Paul Tierney for his performance, but you can't blame the referee for making such kind of mistakes in a big game. Like Rob Holding, he's been there for like 6 years in the Premier League, and the kind of things that he was doing on the pitch yesterday, man, were horrible from them. And horrible from him, in fact, and even for the penalty that they conceded, Cedric, what the hell was he doing? So it's poor defending and poor decision making, and the atmosphere got into Rob Holding's head, and that cost them big 3 points and could decide a pivotal point in the top 4 race.
Sahil, Tottenham have turned the pressure back on their North London rivals with that 3-0 win. And as Shamsir says, they seem to have on paper the easier games. They've got Burnley and they've got Norwich, who are already relegated. So those teams haven't really got, well, Burnley have got a lot to play for, but Norwich really don't have anything. So if you look at it, that looks like 6 points on paper for Tottenham there. Whereas Arsenal, as Shamsir said, they've got Newcastle. That's a tough game. And then Everton, who may need something. We may need something on that last day of the season. So those 2 games are going to be, on paper at least, a lot harder. How do you see that final spot? Who's going to win that final spot, Sahil?
Personally, I would like to see Arsenal miss out as just like that, but I'd like Tottenham to go through because I actually am a big fan of Antonio Conte. I'm sure Shamsir is a big fan of that guy too. But if you see fixture, yeah, on paper, yes, Tottenham have an easier fixture. But remember, this season Tottenham lost to Burnley. It's not like Tottenham had dominated. Burnley killed them 1-0. Like they played well, Burnley, that game. So it's going to be interesting. Obviously, Newcastle are a decent team. Everton, they've beaten the Manchester United, Chelsea. So that's going to be scary for them. Arsenal lost to Everton earlier. Even though Everton had lost 7 games in a row almost, and they beat Arsenal in that. So it's going to be interesting. So but I want Tottenham to go through because Antonio Conte, he's done a crazy job for them. Like, respect.
Okay, so there's no Premier League games tomorrow because the FA Cup final is the showpiece event. But on Sunday, we're going to be having a full set of fixtures. Let's just go through them quickly one by one, starting with Tottenham against Burnley. Guys, who do you think is going to win that one? Tottenham, Burnley, Tottenham are at home, chasing that Champions League spot. I'm going with the Tottenham home win.
Same here. I think it's going to be Son Brace and a Harry Kane go and 3-0 for Spurs.
As much as I want Burnley to give a fight, but Tottenham should edge it. They're in form. And I think, yeah, maybe Son will score because I think he was very upset when he came off against Arsenal.
Yeah.
And the other couple of big games that we have is West Ham against Manchester City. Now, City could take, 6 points lead if they win tomorrow on Sunday against West Ham. That will be a huge psychological boost for Pep Guardiola and a huge blow for Jurgen Klopp if they take that much of a lead with just 1 game to go. I think Man City are going to win that. They're just flying right now. They got 5 against Wolves the other day with De Bruyne getting 4 of them. I can't see anything else but a Man City win. What do you think, guys?
It's going to be a tricky game. West Ham, they started so well. I think they have been punching above their weight. You have to give credit to David Moyes for the job that he has done with that team this season without much of reinforcements to that squad. But it's towards the end of the season. They lost that Europa League semi-final fixture and all. I think they will be mentally down. I think City are hungrier, and even though they don't have a defense for the game tomorrow, I still think they can outscore West Ham. I think it's a City win.
I'm going to back City, man. Come on. It's Manchester City. They should win. I mean, if they don't have many defenders, but still, I'm going to back them for sure.
That's a good point. Yeah, they're missing a couple of, a lot of players at the back. Diaz is missing. John Stones is missing. Walker's missing. Fernandinho might not be playing tomorrow. So you never know. And West Ham are still chasing for that, European spot. And they've been strong all season. David Moyes has set them up really well. They've got some good players there. Antonio up front, Rice in the midfield, and Souček has been a really good signing in the middle of the park. So yeah, I can see. Obviously, we're all going with a City win, but I think it'll be a hard one. Maybe let's see. And the last one to talk about. Let's have a quick word on my boys, Everton against Brentford. Big home match for us at Goodison Park. If we can get 3 points there, fingers crossed that should keep us up. And I think we will have a bit too much quality for Brentford with the way we've been playing recently. Okay, we drew against Watford in our last game, but we picked up some valuable wins against Leicester, against Chelsea and Man United. Sorry, you two. So hopefully, I think we can beat Brentford. I'm going to go with a good old 2-0 home win.
Yeah, yes, it's the most important thing in this fixture is that the match is happening at Goodison Park. That's the most important thing. And with the Goodison faithful behind the team, rallying them up, I can't see anything other than an Everton win because they will be up for it. Brentford are already on the beach. They had a great season and they're already thinking about the next season. They're already thinking about keeping Eriksen. Can they keep Eriksen and all? That's the thing with them, you know, they can play some free-flowing football if they want to, but I think Everton will be too strong for Brentford. I think they're going to win. It's 3 points for Everton and they're going to be safe.
Thank you.
I'm not going to agree. I think Brentford have been in really good form. They just lost to Man United recently. That's their only loss. But if you see, they have been also playing really good football. So it's not going to be easy for Everton for sure. Not at all easy. Because if you see their past few wins, Brentford are winning easily. They beat Chelsea 4-1 also about a month or two ago. So it's not going to be easy at all for Everton. It's going to be tough. And I think I'm going to back Brentford for this.
Oh.
Oh my God, man, you're gonna give me a real scare for that. That means on the last day of the season, we may need something against Arsenal, and they may need something for the Champions League. Oh
Yeah.
man, no, that's Sahil. No, but you're right with the players that they've got. You know, Tony, what a player he's been for them. Eriksen, if they can keep hold of him.
Superb player. Superb.
I mean, they play as a team. They play really well. They've had a superb season. They'll be back again next season. But yeah, it'll be a tricky game for sure. Right, guys, that wraps it up for today. We'll be back tomorrow to have a look how Liverpool and Chelsea got on in the FA Cup final. For now, thanks to Sahil and Shamsher. Log on to golfnews.com for the latest news, reviews, videos, and lots more. And we'll see you again soon. Take care. All the best.